I am Ed Vargo, founder of Burning River Advisory Group, a boutique wealth management firm that specializes in helping women going through a life-changing event. Our mission is simple: help women and their families gain and maintain financial independence no matter what life throws at them.
Now I'm here to talk today about why smart people make poor decisions with their money. It turns out that having a higher intellect, being better educated, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be smarter with your money. Biases out there, I'm going to speak about 3 of them today. Familiarity bias states that we are most comfortable with things we're most familiar with. Do you think celebrity endorsements work? There's an area of the brain that controls our emotions. I like that guy, and therefore we buy that product more so than we ordinarily would. Second bias, the availability bias. And this bias basically is a heuristic that states how quickly an idea comes to mind is how much greater weight we place upon that idea. So if we're in a up market where the market's going great, the first thing that comes to mind, market's up, I'm making money, economy's good, everything's positive, we systematically underestimate risk at that time. And then when the market's down and the prices are cheap, we're going to sell everything. How's that sound? Buy high, sell low? Just the opposite of what you should be doing. Severe implications for your wealth. The third bias, the status quo bias. We don't like change. Okay? And so unless your financial picture is perfectly healthy and you're doing everything correct, chances are you should be making some adjustments to your financial picture over time. And I have one kind of terrible, dramatic example to share of all these biases coming together. In 2007, we were working with a client, and she worked for KeyBank. Think about the biases at play. Familiarity bias. She had been with KeyBank for 40 years and had seen her put her kids through college, put food on her table, protected her during that time. Availability bias. What was the stock market doing in the beginning of 2007? It was actually going up. So we thought we were in the middle of a bull market. Third bias, status quo bias. Very, very powerful. And unfortunately, 2008 happened. The Great Recession occurred. How would you feel about looking at your statement and it says $1.2 million on it? 8 months later, it says $120,000. And never recover. These are the implications of not understanding yourself and how these biases can affect you.
What resonated with me in Ed's speech is I have been through some financial difficulties, and I wish I'd had someone there to advise me during those times, especially for a woman or a women's group like the divorce group or a divorcing woman who needs to make some financial decisions. I would definitely recommend Ed to be heard as a speaker.
Ed talked about smart people making poor choices and that the subconscious makes 80% of our choices. We just don't think about what we're doing. He talked about getting more in touch with making conscious choices.
I liked Ed's examples on the status quo and the familiar because I've held on to some stocks and bonds that would have made a lot more sense to sell them when they were high versus getting panicked when they went low.
I'll end on this. It reminds me of a Mark Twain quote. And he said, "It ain't what you know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know that just ain't so."
Please visit our website at www.burningriveraag.com and see why we have received the Women's Choice Award for financial advisory firms for 4 years in a row.